Good afternoon. You are welcome once again to Face the Press. And my name is Ebunamuta. In this edition of the program, we are going to discuss politics. You are aware that only on the 29th of May, which is not quite long ago, a new dispensation came into being, within the Fourth Republic. But sometime in June, this month, the legislature was inaugurated throughout the Federation. Here in Anambra State, I'm sure that all of you know that we have staggered governorship election. In effect, there was no governorship election in Anambra State, and the incumbent governor we have today was elected or re-elected sometime in 2017 and was inaugurated on the 17th of March 2018. He now has a new legislature to work with, and that is the 7th Anambra State House of Assembly. In today's edition of the program, we are featuring a member of the 7th Anambra State House of Assembly. He was also a former chairman of Orumba North local government area. At a point, he was being referred to as the doyen of local government chairmen in Anambra State. Here with us in the studio is Honorable Emeka Aforka. Honorable Aforka, you're welcome to Face the Press.
Thank you, Ebuna, and thank you, audience.
Yeah. And with me to interview him is my friend and colleague of Radio Nigeria Purity FM, Mr. Chris Obileri.
Well, thank you so much.
Honorable Aforka, I've just done a brief introduction of who you are, but I'm sure that people out there will also want to know a little bit about you. We don't want a detailed, explanation or introduction of yourself.
Okay, my name is Honorable Emeka Aforka, the House of Assembly member representing Orumba North constituency, and also the Deputy Majority Leader of Anambra State House of Assembly.
Now, recently the House was inaugurated, and the first task or responsibility you and your colleagues had was the election of a Speaker of the House of Assembly. Yes. And at the end of the day, you unanimously elected the member representing Ayamelum constituency, Honorable Uchenna Okafor, as the Speaker of the House. When I say unanimous, I mean unanimous because we have two political parties in that, members of two political parties in your house. That's PDP, your party, having majority, and APGA, your party, having majority with 24 members, and PDP 6 members of the 30-man House of Assembly. All of you, without exception, without objection, voted for one man. Why was it so? Is that not an indication that your house, is it an indication that the house is in unity or likely to become a rubber stamp?
Well, I disagree with you. The house is not likely to be a rubber stamp. It's an indication that democracy is advancing positively in Nigeria, and particularly in Anambra State. Anambra has grown to a stage or a height where we have to understand that the most important effort we must promise our people is harmony restoration. And that is why everybody decided unanimously to elect one person. Two persons cannot be Speaker of Anambra State House of Assembly. It must be only one person. And once a nomination was done, and we discovered that there was no other nomination from any other member-elect. All of us discovered and believed, we were convinced that Right Honorable Chair Victor Okafor is very, very competent and sound to lead the 7th Assembly. That was why we voted unanimously for him to be our Speaker.
But can you explain why even the PDP, which is supposed to be the opposition,
if you understand,
joined you in?
If you listen to what I said, I said the Anambra politics, our people, we are advancing politically. It's no more the period Anambra is always on the bad news. Today we are matured politically. Whether you are in APC or you are PDP or in Aforka, this is, State House of Assembly is an institution. It's not a place for people to come and, play dirty games. PDP people, they saw in Okafor a man competent enough to steer the leadership of State Assembly. Aforka people, we also saw him as a man that is very competent to steer the leadership of the State Assembly. And once the call for nomination for a speaker to be elected, he was only one nominated. A chance was given for another person to be nominated. Nobody nominated a second person. It's a democracy. So we all have to vote for him.
Now, but in spite of the unanimity of purpose in the House of Assembly, soon after the election of Uche Okafor, who emerged from Anambra North Senatorial District, from where the governor also came from, some people began to criticize that election of the speaker from Anambra North, in view of the fact that the speaker, the head of the legislature, and the governor, the head of the executive arm of government, come from the same senatorial district. And PDP is actually behind the criticism. How do you react to their criticism of the executive and legislative arms of government being headed by persons from one senatorial district, precisely Anambra North?
Let me make it categorically clear that the business of electing the leadership of House of Assembly is only solely dependent on the members of the House of Assembly members elect of the State House of Assembly. It's not for people outside who are not members elect. And let me tell you, you cannot rule out interests and criticism in any political setting. People must criticize whatever good thing you do. Even if you do anything, there must be somebody that will criticize it. So we welcome criticism in everything we do. But the most important thing is for us to do the right thing. On the issue of being a speaker from the same senatorial zone with the governor, I don't see any law under the Constitution of Federal Republic of Nigeria, or even in the standing order of the State House of Assembly, that bars a member from one senatorial zone, maybe the same senatorial zone with the governor, not becoming the Speaker of the State House of Assembly. What matters important is the competence of the person being elected, and we unanimously voted him in. Both the PDP members, we have 6 members of PDP in the State House of Assembly. Aforka is made up of 24. Nobody opposed the nomination. So what are we talking? And since the assumption of office, Right Honorable Uche Okafor has been doing very well, carrying everybody along. He doesn't know who is a PDP member. He doesn't know who is an Aforka member. He treats everybody equally. So that is what we want in Anambra State. The issue of making politics out of nothing, we don't believe in that. And we don't see any constitutional provision that bars anybody from becoming the speaker. Of course, it is important to note that the immediate past speaker of the State Assembly, the 6th Assembly, was from Anambra South Senatorial Zone. The speaker that left before her emergence was from Anambra North Senatorial Zone. So the one that left before the one from Anambra North was from Anambra Central. So there's nothing has gone wrong. Who knows if it is in 8th Assembly, whether it's somebody from Anambra South. So people should stop making politics out of nothing. It's not a topic for us to start. The issue is that Uche Okafor is competent and qualified to be our speaker. And we all of us, that 30 members, 29 members elected him to be our speaker. And nobody is complaining. No member is complaining. So let it be a signal that those criticisms from people out there hold no water.
Chris?
Yeah, Honorable Emeka, once again, congratulations on your election.
Thank you.
Now, I want to go beyond Anambra State. There is kind of a revolution going on in the houses of assemblies across the country. We have the youths. The youths are taking over the leadership of most houses, like in Anambra. The speaker is the youth. Likewise, other states, we have youth. So, what does that portend to you? What is the picture of democracy now that the youths are taking over the leadership of this country? What is your impression?
My impression is that, one, I have to tell you that I'm happy from the development. Okay. I am a young man also. When you are talking of youth, you have to include me.
Of course, all the
so I'm there as a member of the legislature.
Yes.
And I have seen our speaker is also a young man, a vibrant young man. Okay. The impression is that the youth are now coming up to take the rightful position in the society, you know, and we know we still have energies and
vibrancy,
yes, to steer the leadership and tell our old ones that we can do without
in addition to your exuberance.
Of course. Now we have to combine the two.
Okay.
We have to combine the two, but the exuberance will not be excessive.
Okay.
So but that is it. So young people coming into politics should be encouraged. Youth participation in politics. That is what is being experienced in most states. And it is good. It's not only people above 50, this and that, 60, occupying positions of responsibilities. It is high time Nigeria allow the young people to take their right position in the society. And that's what's happening. I'm very much impressed. I am very happy.
In addition, don't you think one day it might lead to fiscal fight because of your exuberance, just like Ibona just mentioned?
But I have already said that the exuberance will not be, you know, in excess. So you can't rule out exuberance, but it will not be in excess. We have to control it. We are matured. See, particularly in Anambra State, I'm very, very impressed.
Okay.
You know, the people I see, the quality of members of the State House of Assembly in Anambra State are made up of people of high moral integrity. I'm not saying it because I'm a member.
Okay.
They are well informed, cerebral materials, people who are mastering the various areas of their field or profession. That is the stuff made up of Anambra State House of Assembly, 7th Anambra State House of Assembly. I am proud to be a member of Anambra State House of Assembly, 7th session. So I think it's the same thing happening in other states. With the level of maturity, with the level of education, with the level of experience of people I have seen, interacted with, I believe there will be no iota of, you know, how would I put it? Misunderstanding amongst us. We treat our cases, we discuss our differences in-house.
Before we proceed with our discussion with the honorable member representing Orumba North State Constituency in the Anambra State House of Assembly, Honorable Emeka Aforka, we also have a very important announcement from the state government. The Anambra State government will commence impounding and recovery of 175 Nissan Almera saloon cars allocated to individuals under the state city cab empowerment scheme, which loan repayment are still outstanding after expiration in 2018. In the light of the above, all defaulters are to either pay in full all outstanding debts before 30th July 2019 or return the vehicles to the state government before 30th July 2019. Law enforcement agencies have been duly briefed on this. Signed, Sir Charles Uchenna Okafor, Honorable Commissioner for Transport, Anambra State. So, Chief Aforka, we are back to our program, Face the Press. We've been asking you questions, but I want to take you a little bit back by asking you what you promised your constituents that made them to elect you as a member of the House of Assembly.
Thank you so much. One, there are basic functions of a legislator. When I was vying for the election, I made it clear to the people of Orumba North constituency that I am going to be their representative that will be very effective. That is, I promise them effective representation. That is number one. I promise them that I will help to restore harmony between the legislature and the executive and the other arms of government, because there is no way you can make a good state without harmony. I promise to establish and promote cordial relationship among the members of State House of Assembly and the executive arm of government, so that we can ensure that the dividend of democracy, which are the basic needs of the people, will be attracted to my constituency. Every nook and cranny of my constituency will receive adequate attention. Without peace and harmony, all those things will not be achieved. So, one, I promise effective representation. I promise cordial relationship between amongst my members, and between the legislature and the executive arm of government, judicial arm of government, because no arm of government can operate or function effectively without the other. So these are the things I promise them. I don't want to go into the details of my campaign promises. It will take a lot of time here. Yeah. But one thing I want to say that is very important is that I made a social contract with the people of my constituency. And that was what made them to be convinced to vote me in as their legislator. And of course, the basic of all efforts is the ascertainment of the needs of the people. And that was why immediately after I collected my certificate of return from my INEC, which confirmed me as the member-elect for my constituency, I swung into action. I set up needs assessment committee and give them the reference, the terms of reference to ascertain the needs of the communities within my constituency, 16 communities. And in the need assessment committee, they have submitted the report to me. I am holding that report as a Bible. I cherish it as a Bible because that has to guide me in whatever I'm going to do. I have already started preparing bills, motions. As soon as we come back from recess, I will start placing motions on the floor of the house, moving motions. And these motions I will be moving, or the bills I will sponsor or move in the house, will be the ones that will promote good governance of Anambra State, particularly as it affects my local government constituency. So these are the things I promise my people. It's a kind of social contract. They did not vote me in to go to the State House of Assembly to be a gangster, to turn into a hooligan, to start fighting anybody, fighting the governor, fighting the members. That's not what they voted me in for. They voted me in there to represent them, be their voice. My eyes should be on the ball, attract projects that will improve the life and well-being of the people of Orumba North constituency. But, like I said, the basic of all the efforts is to ascertain their needs. I cannot just, as a legislator, and say this is what the Ukweno community need. The people of the Ukweno community, they had already submitted what they need, which I will make sure, I will lobby, interact with my colleagues, and make sure that I put it in the budget. And also discuss with the executive arm of government.
Thank you.
To ensure that those things are done. Thank you.
Chris.
Yes, just the Honorable Aforka is, relaying out all that he will do for his constituency. But some people, in the state are worried that the two former speakers are women. Two women we are speakers of the House of Assembly, and currently in the House, you have only one woman representing her constituency. They said it's not inclusive at all. People are saying, why should only one woman be elected, to the House of Assembly this period? That women are being, projected, to participate in national development or participate in state development. Are you not worried? Having only one woman?
Well, everybody should be worried that women are not participating actively in politics. The campaign for women participation is on, and we cannot be discouraged from making that campaign. So, but let me make it clear to you, the election is an open game for everybody that is qualified. I have never seen a political party that says that women will not purchase their nomination form or interest to contest for any position. So it is a program that you and I and every other person out there should continue making effort that we will campaign for that. Let women participate in politics. It is good. So I'm worried that in the total of 30 members of State House of Assembly, which I am a member, we have only one woman there. Yes. Only one vibrant woman there. And of course, we need more. But women should wake up from their slumber.
I think at this juncture, there is need for me to once again read this public announcement, and we may have to also discuss it, because you, even though you belong to the legislative arm of government, you are working in tandem and in harmony with the executive arm of government, which is dominated by your own political party. Okay, let me read the announcement once again. The Anambra State government will commence impounding and recovery of 175 Nissan Almera saloon cars allocated to individuals under the State City Cab Empowerment Scheme, which loan repayment are still outstanding after expiration in 2018. In the light of the above, all defaulters are to either pay in full all outstanding debts before 30th of July 2019 or return the vehicles to the state government before 30th July 2019. Law enforcement agencies have been duly briefed on this. Signed, Sir Charles Uchenna Okafor, Honorable Commissioner for Transport, Anambra State. Chief Aforka, as a member of the House of Assembly, which is part of the general governance of Anambra State, you've heard this announcement, and this points to the fact that some people renege in agreement or contract with government. How do you react to it, and what is your advice to those who are in default?
Well, thank you. The state government is doing what they're supposed to do. Their job is to execute and pilot the affairs of the state, and also see to the well-being of the common people of the Anambra State. For the state government to initiate giving out vehicles, or maybe on hire purchase or lease or whatever, or by way of loan, to assist people to improve their well-being and living standard, it is a reciprocal action. Those who receive the vehicles have a responsibility to return what they're supposed to return to state treasury. These vehicles were bought with money, very huge amount of money, taxpayers' money, and the government didn't just waste it and dash you vehicle. So it's a matter of dishonor that anybody who collects a vehicle for hire purchase, you will not even remit what you are supposed to remit to state government as a when due, and the time has expired. Are they waiting for this announcement? I am very worried. But what I want to advise those who are devoted all the defaulters should endeavor before the end of the time given to them, the ultimatum, they should try as much as possible to show a kind of honor, because they signed an agreement, they signed a contract between state government. It will look wise for somebody to, take something from government and you started to, colonize it as if it is your own. Government gave them those vehicles to help them. So my advice to them is to, adhere to this public announcement and try to show responsibility.
Thank you very much. Chief Emeka Aforka, let's have your last word to your constituents and in the Anambra, but make it very brief.
Well, the last thing I want to say is just the summary of everything. Is that, like I said, our greatest effort, which we promise in the Anambra State, and particularly Orumba North constituency, is to promote harmony, restoration, which is the only fertile ground for all efforts towards productive governance. So we are here as a legislative arm of government to make laws that will promote good governance. But the most important thing is harmony between the House members and harmony between the legislature and the executive. That is the only thing I want to promise the people of Orumba North constituency and Anambra State people in general, that as a legislator, I promise to promote harmony restoration.
Thank you very much, Honorable Emeka Aforka, for participating in this edition of Face the Press. And I also give my thanks to my friend and colleague from Radio Nigeria Purity FM, Chris Obileri.
My pleasure.
My name, once again, is Ebuna Amuta. Remain blessed.
Get up to get